So in 1984, when I started in recruiting, I was told that I'd be replaced by machines. So I'm still here today. And just to add to that, a prediction that I was wrong on. So everything I say, take with a grain of salt. When the fax machine came out around 1987 or 88, I thought that was it. I think we could not go any further with technology. So anyways, I stand before you here today as the founder of a software company that is trying to fix a really broken problem, which is how people and companies find each other about opportunities. By a show of hands, who thinks recruiting is simple? Post a job, get your candidate the same day. No one. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so let me start off by giving you just some dynamics of the current ecosystem in recruiting. On average, there are 150 resumes for every job posting, which it's no wonder why people are frustrated. 83% of Americans would describe their job search process as frustrating or disappointing. By the way, I've talked to thousands of people and I've asked them what is the most frustrating thing about their job search. And they would categorize it into two things. Number one is transparency, and number two is connection. Meaning I never know where I'm at, I never hear back from the company, and number two, I never get to talk to a real person. So we've all been through job search at one point or another, and it's probably been disappointing and frustrating for us. A few more facts here. 80% of people feel like they are sending their resume into a black box because it's true. When people, no, I'm serious. When you send your resume into an ATS, it is designed to be screened out. 7 in 10 people believe that job search is too impersonal. 72% feel that face-to-face and phone calls is the way to do it. Just a really quick story. I'm helping this videographer in Charlotte, North Carolina, try to find a job. He's got good skills, there are jobs, but he was getting nowhere, sending his resume, getting nothing. I said, why don't you go to the company, he's a millennial, why don't you go to the company and drop off your resume? He thought I was nuts to actually have a personal interaction with someone. I did convince him to do it. He did go there. He did not get the job. So anyways, I don't know if you know this, but in today's world, people who are looking for a job will use 17 different resources in their job search. To me, that sounds great. Like I got 17 resources to do my job search. I believe that is incredibly irresponsible of technology in today's world where you have to use 17 different resources to look for a job. I think you should be able to go to one place and be able to find that information. There are many, many job boards. I think last count, there were 3,000 unique job boards in the United States, more globally. And there is new technology that is being deployed literally every day. I wake up in the morning and I hear about all these new technologies, and some of them are very, very interesting technologies. And yes, AI is being introduced throughout recruiting, but I would ask the question, if you're using AI to do screening, and AI is screening 150 applicants for you, if you don't have the right person in that 150, what value are you creating with the AI? Okay, so a human is not necessarily interacting with that particular requisition, but have you found the person that you're looking for? Obviously not. I also believe that much of the technology that is being deployed today is solving for a point solution, meaning, can we make screening more effective? Can we do video interviewing? Can we help you with sourcing? My basic premise and why I started Rander, and not to do a promotion, is that the way that people and companies connect is fundamentally broken. It's incredibly difficult for companies to find the right people, and it's even more challenging for people to find the right company. Until we solve that problem, we will continue to have all these technologies that are deployed against recruiting. So I just wanted to share with you an example. I'm not going to pick on any particular job board, But I still find this fascinating. So we think that we live in a world with great technology. And this is an actual search that I did. I actually checked it this afternoon. I typed in recruiting director Jacksonville. 12 results were served, not one single job matched. So that's fascinating to me in a world where technology, particularly on our mobile device, does everything for us. We would not put up with that in other elements of human resources or other elements of our life. So I think we have a long way to go with technology, particularly in recruiting. The core problems, in my opinion, there are not enough applicants for skilled jobs. There are too many applicants applying for each job. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you can go onto a job board, you can do a search, you can find a number of jobs that meet your requirement, and with one click you can apply to all. So to me, while it may sound easy for the applicant, all it does is fill the pipeline. It doesn't necessarily address the quality of the issue. And no feedback on either side of the equation. It's still fascinating to me that we talk about candidate experience, yet people still complain largely about lack of transparency. I believe we can solve this problem. I believe that we've been questing this for a long time. How many of you have heard of passive candidates? By the way, that's not new. When I started as a recruiter in 1984, we talked about passive candidates. To me, passive candidates are the holy grail in recruiting. We've always talked about it. They're very elusive, very mysterious. How do we find them? I believe that you can create a platform where people and companies can coexist. And I believe LinkedIn has done some of this, but hasn't closed the loop. I believe we're getting there, but we have a long way to go to be able to allow people to connect privately with each other and allow people to control their information. What I mean by that, in today's world, you send off a resume, you never know what happens, you never hear back. You don't know if you were the best qualified or the worst qualified. You don't know if they filled the job internally. You have no information. I believe we can create a platform where you can give people the information that they need. And oh, by the way, I think it benefits companies as well. Trust me, I've been in recruiting my whole life, so I fully understand how hesitant we are as companies to give feedback to people when they apply for jobs. I don't think you will ever take the recruiter out of recruiting. I believe there needs to be human interaction at all levels. Yes, you can automate certain tasks within recruiting. Yes, you can improve the processes. But I believe by giving more feedback and introducing more human-to-human contact in recruiting, we will begin to solve the problems. Thank you.